Welcome to another one of my unboxing videos. Now today I'm going to do a comparison between the Jap, the UK and the US collector's edition of the Fire Emblem Three Houses, and you can judge for yourself which one wins a place in your heart and deserves the #1 spot. Hopefully this will help you decide which one tickles your... Okay, this one's the UK version and this is what the US looks like. I'll unbox this first and I'll show all the contents inside of the box, then I'll do the US. If you're only interested in seeing the UK edition, I will leave a link down below for that video, but we'll be comparing each of the three in this. Okay guys, this is the Japanese version. So as you can see, we have a collector's box, which is totally different from the rest, but still has its own merits, along with some delightful illustrations of the characters. As you can see on the front, staring at the school with the three houses from the distance, it looks like the characters, well, these are the characters from the game standing on a rocky mountain underneath some lovely blue skies filled with white puffy clouds. Now obviously, being Jap, this must read Fire Emblem Three Houses. As you can see, it's got some Jap writing along with the UK. So inside of the Japanese edition, this is what we get. Okay, before I show you the contents inside the box, I just want to add, it has some nice 8-bit characters around the side when you lift up the lid. As you can see, some wonderful 8-bit characters printed around the side of the box there. And I didn't show you the bottom. The bottom of the box has a super symbol printed in all of its glory there. Okay, so as you see, we have a sealed copy of the game, and at the bottom there it has Fire Emblem in English and Jap writing, and this obviously houses the Nintendo game card. There you have it, sealed copy of the game. Okay, next we have the Fire Emblem sound selection, which has 33 tracks stored on this baby, and the cover is nothing but a masterpiece, as you can see, inside and out. The details of this young lady on the front is nothing but glamorous. I even fell in love with how they presented the text printed on the bottom of the image. Looks beautiful, don't you think? And on one side it will have the list of all the tracks there, and on the other side you will find the CD, which I must say, it has a flawless design. Then we have a 128-page art book, which features various pieces of concept art. This includes characters who are students enrolled in all of the three houses. Now, all of the concept art in this book comes from a man called Kazuyuki Koda. He also designed the art on the collector's box, which I showed you earlier. The pictures in this baby is nothing but fascinating, and I'm going to show you a few of the images now. And this art book is completely different from the US and the UK. To my knowledge, the US and the UK have the same art book, but the Japanese version is totally different. There you go, guys. And a long preview of what's inside of this art book here. And the Japanese, I haven't even told you, the Japanese collector's edition of the 3 emblems is called the Fodlan Collection. That's what they call this version, the Fodlan Collection. Okay, last but not least, we have a steel book, which is mandatory for any collector's edition. The image on the front is subtle but loud. Reminds me of a church way back in the day with the Victorian style windows in the background. Not quite as nice as the US and the UK, but still holds its own flavour. And this is what it looks like on the back. And nothing special inside there, but it has a little image. Oh, okay, so inside it has some illustrations of the US and the UK steelbook. So on the US and the UK steelbook, these are the pictures on it, and I think it's vice versa. On the US and the UK, I think this is going to be inside where you hold the game card, and this images will be on the outside. So we'll have a further look into it in a minute. Okay, now it's time for the Fire Emblem Three Houses Seasons of Warfare Edition, and this, my friends, is the US version. After I reveal all the contents of this edition, I will compare all three. You have a collector's box, which is very unattractive. The best thing about this box is the picture on the back, really. But the front is as plain as a white t-shirt with no labels. Or with one label. I just wonder where was the colourful illustrations to give you that incentive to want to hoard this box. But it's nowhere to be seen. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Just black and gold with some symbol in the middle and some nonsense text at the bottom. Has the Fire Emblem brandished there, printed in gold. And that's really about it for the box, guys. Nothing special. Yeah, I must say, very disappointing the way they designed this for the US. For the US citizens. Okay, we have a 2020 calendar, and it comes with its own little personal sleeve. So you remove the sleeve to reveal the calendar, and it looks like this, guys. Has some Fire Emblem Three Houses printed there, and tells you the year of which this calendar is displaying. And it has some wonderful, wonderful pictures here of in-game content. Oh. You see, the calendar just has pictures of, the calendar has pictures of all the characters you will encounter during your journey. This was one of the main reasons why I wanted this edition. but it still falls short from the rest of the editions, you know, still not as good as what the others brought to the table. For me, the Fodlan doesn't really have much, but it has a super presentation. Okay, next we have an art book, and this is the same art book as the European edition, so I will definitely be putting this on eBay because now I got a duplicate. And let me just give you a browse of a few pictures inside of here. And I must add, the pictures in here I'm pretty certain are different to the Japanese version. These give you a taste of a few images, what to expect if you was to grab yourself one. Oh no, sticky page here. A few sticky pages, not good. It's just tracing kind of style. It feels like tracing, some tracing paper there. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Every collector loves a good art book. And there we have it. I will look into this further to see how many pages you actually have. Don't know, we might have, oh, I can just check now. $115, $17, $18, $19. So not as much. Well, I think it might have the same actually. It's about 120 something. Okay. Alright, next we have a still bookcase, which again is a golden rule to include in any collector's edition. It would be a massive sin to leave it in the dark, in my opinion. But I've got myself another duplicate because the European version obtained the same steelbook. So once again, sticking it on eBay. And that's what it looks like on the back. Okay, so it's basically inside and out. So in the Japanese version, this is on the outside, and then this picture of the woman there with the dragon and so forth is on the inside for the Jap. So they've just basically done a reversible cover for each edition. Righty. Okay, then we have ourselves a Fire Emblem sound selection CD, which comes with a completely different cover to the Jap version. As you see, it doesn't really have any images there. Once again, it's not good. Should always have, I always prefer pictures and illustrations on covers. Yeah, just have a little silly little symbol there, but still looks okay. I must admit, as you see guys, the gold CD looks sensational. Nothing but sensational. And once again we have 33 tracks, so this will have a list of all the tracks on the CD, and on the left is obviously the CD there. Okay, another bad thing with the US version, it doesn't come with a base copy, so it doesn't come with a sealed copy of the game. It just comes with the game in the steelbook case. So that's another disappointing move they pulled, and obviously the the game card would have been here, but at the moment it's in my Switch, so you won't see it there right now. But yeah, you don't have a base copy of the game, unfortunately, which all the other, so the American citizens got swindled out of the game, unfortunately. Okay, right now guys, I'm going to compare all of the editions from the boxes and everything and show you. Now with the European version, this is what we get. We get the art book, which I showed you earlier, same as the US. Still bookcase, same as the US. It comes neatly presented in these boxes here. And then we have a Three Houses pin badge set. Now the only thing which I didn't like about this edition, which annoyed me, was they didn't give us a physical sound selection. Instead, they put it in this little magnetic box and gave us a USB stick, which has a little toggle switch on the back there where you go push it up, push it down to reveal the USB insert, and there's a little symbol, the Fire Emblem symbol there, but they didn't give you a physical disc or anything. They decided just to give you the sound selection on the USB stick, which in my eyes I'm not really a fan of. And then, just like the Japanese version, guys, you get the base copy of the game sealed. So that's the UK version. Okay, so now I'm going to just do a quick comparison of all the three and see what you think. Okay, European box, the American collector's box. Okay. And the Japanese collector's box. That's what it looks like. Japanese art book. US and European art book. So there it is. US, Japanese. Okay, US, European steel bookcase, and this is the Japanese steel bookcase. In the US we get calendar, okay, for the extras really, the additional items that they put inside. So we had the calendar for the US. Now the additional items they put inside for the European version is the pin badge set and the USB sound selection there. So that's the UK. And then we have the calendar for the US. Now the Japanese, we didn't really get anything additional like that. We just got a very pretty CD cover and a fantastic CD itself. So that was basically it for the jab. In itself will be in the future, and is now, an absolute gem. With the Jap version, which I don't think I'll ever open, I'm just going to keep it sealed. We have a sealed copy of the game. Looks like so. Unfortunately, the US never got a sealed copy of the game, they just got a steelbook case. But the European version also had a sealed copy of the game, which I'm going to put on eBay, because I got myself 3 copies of the game. And that is about it, boys and girls. That's my comparison. So that's what it looks like. I'll show you again. This is the Jap. What the Jap looks like. We've got a fantastic art book called the Fodland Collection. Then we have the Americano. This is what the box looks like. Comes with the art book. Comes with a stilled copy of the game. Wonderful soundtrack with 33 tracks involved in it, and an exclusive 2020 calendar, which is absolutely fantastic. And European, we get the pin set, we have the sound selections on a USB stick, and you get the still copy, and then you also get, just like the Japanese, you get the base copy of the game, and a wonderful Fire Emblem Three Houses art book. And that's about it. That's my comparison. The choice is yours. Final verdict. This should have been done as a big ultimate collector's edition, with all the items from each region being implemented into one big massive bundle. So you get all the items from each version at one set price, but I guess it all boils down to that dollar, that euros and that pound, why we never got it. Okay, my final verdict for the all three, from my perspective. I know I'm from the UK. This is not me being biased at all, but if I had to choose between the three, it would be the European version all day long. But out of each edition, I could easily pick one or two things that enlighten me. Like from the Jap version, I love the art book. Let's take a look at this. I love... Oh. Picking up the sound selection. Okay. I love the art book from the Jap version, simply because the images are completely different from the US anyway, but I do like the pictures on the front. And I think it does have more pages, I'm not too sure on that. And also, from the Jap version, I love the way the CD case is presented. It's pure class. The artwork on the front, and it just looks simply glorious with the manga style illustrations. Now, from the US version, what I do like, and now from the US version, I do like the way the black and gold are combined, both on the CD cover and on the CD itself. And also I do like, well, who doesn't like an old-fashioned calendar, eh? And the images inside is totally phenomenal. Look at that. Great calendar. Great anime calendar. Superb. Okay, that's about it for my comparison video, guys. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Even better, subscribe. Till next time, see ya.